Hello and welcome back to Jules Math Tools. In our session today, we are calculating the circumference of our circle when we're given the radius as a decimal number. We're using our circumference formula for the radius, and our pi is equal to 22/7. And if you want to see how this is done, let's get started. So we are going to begin calculating the circumference of our circle by first writing out our circumference formula. And now we're going to begin our substitution. So we're keeping our 2, remembering that our pi is equal to 22/7 in this case, and our radius is equal to 3 7/10. So for this example, I will not be including my 1 in the denominator. However, I will group all of my numerators together. So that will help me with working through my question a little bit more easier. And remember that your denominator of 7 would remain the same. So let's begin calculating. We're going to start off by first multiplying our first two numbers in our numerator, which is 22, which is going to be multiplied to 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And we're going to now sub our 44 back into our equation in place of my 22 times 2. And this is multiplied to 3 7/10. And once again, we're keeping the denominator of 7. So we're now going to multiply those two numbers together. So our 44 is being multiplied to 3 7/10. 7 times 4 is 28. We'll put our 8, carry the 2. 7 times 4 is 28 plus 2 is equal to 30. We'll add in our 0 and begin multiplying by our 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. Put our 2, carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 will equal to 13. Let's sum these numbers together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 0 plus 2 is 2. 3 plus 3 is 6. And we'll bring down our 1. And we're going back to input our decimal point in our answer, remembering that there is no digit behind the decimal point in 44. 3 7/10 has one digit behind the decimal point. So in total, in my answer, I should have one digit behind the decimal point. So we count 1 from my 8, input my decimal point between my 2 and my 8. And we're now going to substitute that answer back into our equation. And then from there, we will perform our last step, which is our division, where we will be dividing our 7 into this number. And remember that as we move into our long division, if you are not good or comfortable with long division, just go through your division step by step. There's no need to rush. Remember that the important part is that you work through each of the numbers that are given to you in your answer. So we're dividing 7 into 1, which can't go because 1 is less than 7. 7 times 0 is equal to 0. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. We'll bring down our 6, changing 1 into 16. 7 divides into 16 twice. 2 times 7 is 14. 16 minus 14 gives us the difference of 2. We'll bring down our next 2, changing 2 into 22. 7 divides into 22 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. 22 subtract 21 gives us a difference of 1. We're going to now bring down our 8, changing 1 into 18. 7 will divide into 18 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. 18 minus 14 gives us a difference of 4. I'm going to add in a 0 behind my 8. I want to bring down that 0 because I want to divide the 2 digits behind my decimal point. 7 will divide into 40 5 times. 5 times 7 is equal to 35. 40 subtract 35 gives us a difference of 5. And remember that once our numbers are correctly lined up, we know that the decimal point will move right up between my 3 and my 2. So lining up your numbers in your division is very important to make sure that that decimal point goes in the correct position. So my circumference for this question will be 23 and 25 hundredths. And again, include your measurements of centimeters and indicate that that is the 2 digits behind your decimal point. Okay, so there you have it. We just calculate the circumference of our circle when we're using pi at 22/7 and our radius is a decimal number. Remember that this type of question usually tests a lot of your skills from how to work through fractions and how to work with decimal numbers. So make sure that you get some additional practicing on both of these type of numbers, and we'll see you right here in the next video on Joe's Math Tools, where we aim to make math easy.